There were multiple rounds fired, so some of these rounds ended up striking some of the apartments.
Breaking right now on Good Morning Alabama, several people shot in Tuscaloosa. The active search for a shooter and the apartments now part of the crime scene. We are live in Tuscaloosa with what's been happening overnight. And people are bringing their concerns about Roe v. Wade right to the Supreme Court justice's front door. The new bill coming through Congress to protect the High Court.
And an upper level ridge means that the warm, dry weather continues for Alabama today. We will talk about our next chance to see a shower coming up on the news at 5.
And you could soon pay nothing for your internet services. The new plan the White House has to give more homes internet access.
Good Morning Alabama at 5 begins with breaking news.
We do start with that breaking news right now out of Tuscaloosa. Several people are hurt after a shooting at Haycourt Apartments. Our Stony Sharp just got to that area, and Stony, a shooter, is still on the run.
ABC 3340 News.
All right, Stony, thank you. And right now, taking another live look outside this morning. It is a chilly start to the day out there, but you can expect a pretty good warm up this afternoon. Meteorologist Taylor Sorello in the Weather Center right now with a first check on this morning's forecast. And Taylor, we are talking about a pretty big range in temperatures today.
And more on that coming up in just a few.
We got Casey White out, and he immediately announced that that his wife had shot herself in the head and that he didn't do it.
New details about the end of a 10-day manhunt for a North Alabama inmate and former corrections officer. Vicky White is dead after shooting herself in Indiana. Casey White is now in custody. Police plan to extradite White back to Alabama. Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton vows that this will not happen again.
He will be in a cell by himself if we have to put other inmates on the floor to make it happen. He will stay in handcuffs and shackles while he's in that cell. And if he wants to sue me for violating his civil rights, so be it. He's not getting out of this jail again.
The couple was found in Evansville, Indiana. Investigators say they do not know why the pair chose to travel there. Casey White already has a murder trial set for June in Lauderdale County. The DA says he wants that trial to go on as planned. New video this morning shows protests outside the home of Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito. This is just outside Washington, D.C. Abortion advocates used bullhorns and chanted. Similar demonstrations were held over the weekend outside the homes of Chief Justice John Roberts and Justice Brett Kavanaugh. A bill that would provide protection for Supreme Court justices and their families is now headed to the House. The Senate passed it unanimously Monday. The push in Congress comes a week after a leaked draft opinion, which indicated the court is poised to possibly overturn Roe v. Wade as soon as next month. And as tensions remain high over the High Court decision in Roe v. Wade, in a recent interview, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said a nationwide ban on abortions is theoretically possible.
Their bill is written to protect abortionists rather than mothers. It would roll back health regulations. It would attack America's conscience rights and religious freedoms.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is set to bring a bill to the Senate floor tomorrow that codifies Roe v. Wade as law. But it is likely to fail for a second time due to GOP opposition. The U.S. is approaching 1 million deaths from COVID-19. The National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. rang the bells 1,000 times last night. One chime for each 1,000 lives lost. There was one extra toll of the bell meant to represent the ongoing danger of the pandemic.
Also this evening, I would like to offer 3 prayers. One for those who have died, one for the families of those who have died, and then a third prayer for the doctors and the nurses and the frontline workers who have been so phenomenal in caring for all those who are sick.
The CDC's count for COVID deaths in the United States now stands at more than 995,000 people. New this morning, an Alabama law enforcement agency special agent has been released from the hospital after being there for more than 260 days fighting COVID-19. The agency says Craig Pruitt spent 200 days of his hospitalization on a ventilator. In Birmingham, demolition of the old Caraway Hospital building is scheduled to start this month. Dorothy Kane has lived in Druid Hills in that neighborhood since 1969. She says ever since the hospital closed back in 2008, the neighborhood changed. When she found out the city was finally tearing it down, Kane calls that news a blessing.
We want the neighborhood to look better. We want to update the neighborhood. We are trying to get the houses and thing up to date. So we want our community to look as good as any other community.
Corporate Realty is tearing this building down to make way for a new development on the 50-acre site. Residential homes will soon fill that empty space. The city of Pelham is hosting its 7th annual Pelham-palooza in the park. The event will feature live music, food trucks, and vendors. Pelham-palooza is scheduled for May 21st from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. along the Greenway Trail at the Pelham Recreation Center. Time right now is 5:09. Meteorologist Taylor Sorello joins us. And Taylor, it's one of those days we're going to have the jacket in the morning, but by the afternoon, we definitely will not need that. Coming up this morning, doctors are among our most respected professions, but how do we know we can really trust all of them? Coming up, why living in different states may impact the quality of your health care. But first, the U.S. State Department is concerned Russia may try to annex more land in eastern Ukraine. The latest relief package awaiting approval from Congress. And right now, another live look outside on this Tuesday morning. Traffic moving just fine. We have no crashes on the board so far this morning. Stay with us. GMA will be right back. Welcome back. Time right now is 6:55, and this is your top 7 before 7.
5 people shot right here in Tuscaloosa. 1 person is in critical condition and 4 others have non-life-threatening injuries. No arrests have been made. It happened here at Hay Court Apartments around 9:30 p.m. No motive has been released.
At number 6, we have new details just in this morning about captured murder suspect Casey White. A new mugshot to show you as well. He was booked into an Indiana jail early this morning without bond. He's facing escape charges from Lauderdale County in North Alabama. An autopsy for Vicki White, the former corrections officer, is scheduled for 5 p.m. today. Authorities say she died after shooting herself Monday.
There is new overnight record highs for gas prices. AAA reporting the national average for a gallon of regular gas jumped to $4.37 a gallon. Here at home, the average price of a gallon of gas is $4.08. Lawmakers are reportedly proposing a nearly $40 billion aid package for Ukraine. It is a boost from the $33 billion package President Biden requested. A House vote is possible as soon as today. Happening tomorrow at number 3, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is set to bring a bill to the Senate floor that will codify Roe v. Wade as law. But it is likely to fail for a second time due to GOP opposition.